Hello my good people and welcome to Take It Book Club. Today I'll be reviewing an interesting read, The Samaritan by John Lara. Here are a few book basics that we need to know. The title is The Samaritan, authored by John Lara, who is a Kenyan. Form of this book, it's a stage play, dialogue only, and the year of first publication is 2023 by Kenya Literature Bureau. The background and author's purpose. John Lara uses a modest fictional setting, Maracas municipality and Sagrada Secondary School, to mirror familiar issues, especially corruption, misuse of technology, and generational tension. The title alludes ironically to the biblical Good Samaritan. You can find that in Luke chapter 10 verse 25, but reimagined as digital accountability rather than roadside charity. Lara redefines neighbor as everyone with a phone who can hold power to account. The overview, that is the basic plot. In a fictional Maracas, two Form 4 students, Alvita and Montano, under their mentor Nicole, who is in charge of ethics and innovation, invents a whistleblowing app named The Samaritan. Scheduled for launch at the school's end-of-year ceremony, the initiative aims to explore corruption. However, the mayor, Mosi, abruptly rejects it as a witch hunt and suppresses it, only for the app to go viral and fall under national ICT oversight. What follows is political panic. Corrupt officials meet in secret. Nicole and the students face accusations and arrests, yet popular outrage, media leaks, and legal moves force accountability and give hope for civic change. Plot walkthrough. Now let's walk through the plot. I have divided this into acts, which is not originally in the book, just for your understanding and the explanation. Act 1, we have the commissioning. At Sagrada Secondary School's closing assembly, the app launch is announced. Nicole presents the project. Young innovators Alvita and Montano demonstrate how citizens can upload videos or pictures of misdemeanors. Mosi intervenes last minute. Act 2, digital resistance. Despite suppression attempts, the Samaritan spreads news stories and local media reference municipal scandals. Act 3, power play. At night, top officials, Mayor Mosi, Harvester, who is the CEO, Bembe, who is the IG, Ted, who is the health secretary, and others plot to smother the app. Basdio, who is the opposition, is targeted as the leaker. They plan obstructions, letter to national government, smear Nicole, and arrest. Act 4, framing and civil suit. Nicole is wrongly accused of theft. School generator disappears, blamed on her, and she and the students are detained pending trial before Judge Jaden. Act 5, public justice and hope. Mass protests that includes the students, the teachers, and bloggers pressure the court. Nicole is exonerated. Basdio reopens graft cases. The app is legalized. The final voiceover or a storyteller calls on youth to defend justice. It's open-ended but hopeful. Now let's look at the main characters and their brief profiles. We first of all have Nicole, who is the ethics and innovation teacher, a moral center. She leads the app project despite political threats, symbolizes youth grounded integrity. Next we have Alvita and Montano. These are students who coded the Samaritan. They can be termed as brave, innovative, and vulnerable, since they represent civic youthhood and digital agency. Next we have Mayor Mosi. He's an elected political figure, symbolic of entrenched patronage networks, and blocks the app, fears exposure of corruption. Next we have Harvester, who is the municipality CEO. He abuses office to fight the app, leaks letter to suppress the app, and represents bureaucratic capture and to power. Next we have Bembe, who is the Inspector General. Involved in land grabbing and rights violation, shows how security institutions uphold the corruption nexus. Next we have Ted, who is the health secretary. Complicit, finances Morsi's campaign indirectly, symbolizes sectorial records of public resource theft. Next, we have Jaden, who is the judge in Nicole's suit. Although initially compromised, she eventually sided with justice. She illustrates complexity of institutional reforms. And lastly, we have Basdio, who is the opposition leader scapegoat. Used to shift public attention, later vindicated, offers a textbook foil to Morsi. Now let's look at the key themes and how to write about them. Number 1, corruption and public theft. Central to the narrative arc, acts like tender rigging, land grabbing, health camp shortcuts, how there's Morsi and Bembe's action destroyed trust. Discuss with quotes. Number 2, we have misuse of power. Harvester's biased letter, Bembe's framing team on Nicole, Jaden's initial docket adjournment, show how powerless actors resist or exploit. Number 3, fear versus courage. Despite threats, Alvita, Montano, and Nicole launched the app. Students ask questions at trial. Teachers stand firm. Here you can quote Nicole standing up to Morsi like, "I don't write bugs, I write codes for truth." Number 4, we have technology as civic weapon. The Samaritan app symbolizes new avenues of whistleblowing as trusted networks bypass censorship. Cite scenes where news clips from the app go viral. Number 4, false accusations and scapegoating. Nicole automatically arrested, slander campaign, Basdio painted as dissident. This shows how regimes suppress credibility. Number 6, social and generational change. Title, Good Samaritan idea. Not a stranger helps, but citizens help themselves through media. The youth teacher tandem is a model for change. Number 7, justice, transparency, and accountability. Jaden's judgment, guilty to not guilty. Mainstream journalists' public cliques. Town hall debates, open up, represents real-world governance reforms. Now let's look at the literary devices and symbols worth noting. We have biblical allusion like the Samaritan as title, explicit mention of Luke 10, but repurposed for digital ethics. Irony and satire, Morsi asks for citing lies simply because truth is inconvenient. Harvester writes a letter to suppress an anonymous app that's already published. Symbolic imagery. The campus auditorium becomes the birthplace of the change. You can find that in our Act 1 that we reviewed. And app screenshots and hashtags like hashtag expose Maracas, hashtag citizen reporters. And then there's use of black screen to shift time between school, council, and the protest. Next we have personification and hyperbole. Harvester mocking governorship. Corruption is the reason we eat. Ally exaggerations to show altitude. Lastly, we have dialogue structure. Many scenes are short, consisting of bullet-like statements, that is like 3 lines to the max, and intensifying pace. KCSE mentions this in marking schemes. What are some of the moral lessons that we can pick from this story? Like, what did Lara really intend for readers to take away? We have democracy requires vigilant citizens, never passive obedience. We have access to information, like an app is as powerful as a ballot. Youth and elders can partner in ethics, not just between peers. Whistleblowing is risky but essential to community health. And institutions like police, judiciary, local government can reform only if public pressure persists. Now, as we conclude, let me share some exam tips that we can use. What are some of the common essay prompts that you can get from this book? First, we have the theme of corruption and its impact on governance in the Samaritan. We have analyze the role of youth in bringing change in the Samaritan. We have how does the playwright use irony to criticize misuse of office. And lastly, maybe an essay on discuss the significance of the title and its connection to the theme of accountability. So how do we answer these questions? Make sure you have an introduction part, the body of your essay, and maybe a quote that you can remember from the book. Link it to the real world and then conclude your essay. Alright, if you like this video, I am so sure you will like these other videos. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications so that you never miss whenever a new video is uploaded. See you in the next video.